He's coming off the best season of his NFL career. All-Pro, Pro Bowler, PFF's top-rated cornerback #1. He calls himself a rare breed, and he certainly is. Welcome back, the star cornerback for the Chicago Bears, my hometown, Jaylon Johnson. How are you?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Good. You got a smile on your face, and I'm sure you're happy about the new contract. Congratulations. They lock you in for 4 more years. Career high in interceptions and pass breakups. Well-deserved. How do you feel?
I feel good. I mean, I'm actually smiling. I got my little girl in the other room trying to get her ready for school. But, I mean, just overall, just enjoying it all. Just the new process of having that new contract, mentally preparing for that, what that's going to be like off the field. But then not only on the field, but going in and having that confidence, really going and playing free and playing like the play that I know I am and just continue to stack years. I think that's what it's about for me at this point, continue to stack Pro Bowls, All-Pro, continue to stack phenomenal seasons. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
But, Jaylon, nothing changes at home. You're still, like, packing lunches and you've got to be on, like, car duty, right?
Oh,
What do those mornings look like at the Johnson residence?
I mean, the hardest thing really is trying to get her up, waking up, get her going a little bit, and then kind of do it by getting her in the shower a little bit, letting the water run on her, and she kind of can wake herself up a little bit, and then kind of just getting her dressed, getting her hair done, and then grab some school snacks, like you said.
What are the school snacks? What are you loading her up? They better be cool snacks. Like, this is like, I saw what your contract is. You better be loading her up with the good stuff.
No, you gotta load her up with the stuff that she likes. I can't give her everything that I like, but I mean, she likes the Lay's chips, the original Lay's chips. She likes the Ritz crackers, the little chicken biscuit crackers, Capri Sun. She like apples. She getting into fruit a little bit, so I try to pack her some apples. But now she's doing pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. You can go, I wish you would give me snacks before I came to work. That sounds amazing. All right, let's get into some of this. Speaking of greatness, you have to walk me through this. This is your first pick six. Let's just celebrate Jaylon Johnson today. We're so happy for you. We're happy you're back in Chicago. Lots of excited Chicago fans. This is against the Raiders. Talk me through this. I mean, this was one of your 2 in this game.
What did I see? Honestly, this one was just I feel like God just gave me a hunch on this one. I can't lie to you. I didn't see too much. Yeah, I just kind of because it was like, I mean, I was already playing so far off. It was already 4th quarter, so it's like, to me, I didn't think everyone would just throw the ball over my head. So I kind of just settled my feet a little bit and then kind of just hoping like, hey, if he stops his feet, I'm gonna break and cut it off, and hopefully he throws it. And I kind of read Devontae, of course, but I think honestly it was just more of a hunch, I think, on this one.
Bears fans have a lot to be excited about. DeAndre Swift in the building. Gerald Everett, I'm looking at the additions here. Kevin Byard, love him. Good veteran, good guy. Obviously bringing in Keenan Allen, which is like, I'm here like, what Chargers, what are we doing? Keenan Allen, bona fide, like monster when it comes to route running. He's a veteran too. Which is amazing. And yeah, you know, by the way, you ended the Pro Bowl with the pass breakup on Keenan, didn't you?
Yeah. I think we still got to resolve that. He thinks I was holding. I thought it was pretty legal, but I'll talk to him in person about it and see if we can get a common ground on what happened.
Wait, he put out a little message, apparently. Take a listen.
Yeah, so Jaylon Johnson, he kind of got the best of me in the Pro Bowl.
Keenan's been the go-to guy.
Jaylon Johnson.
But you have created a rivalry, so these one-on-ones in practice are going to get real special. And you owe me, too, because you know you was holding. Wait.
What do you think?
That's great. Hey, I love it. It's funny because as soon as we got him, the first thing I was thinking about was the one-on-ones. I'm not even thinking about what he's going to do for our team. I'm like, man, I can't wait to go see him in practice. I mean, I'm waiting. I can't wait for camp. I mean, yeah, he's on my team, but I think just going to be able to compete against a guy like him every day in practice, every day during this camp, I think we'll make each other a lot better. I know he's a savvy vet, a savvy route runner, a guy that is really crafty, a guy that I've always been a big fan of, considering the work that he's done in this league. And I think for me, just being excited to go against that competition. And I think he'll push me a lot. He'll be able to tell me some things that he thinks about, that he sees, and kind of expand my game and horizons as well as a young and developing corner in this league. I think he has a lot of value to me and then also to the team as well. I mean, I can't wait to see him make the plays that he's made so long in this league in a Bears uniform.
Jaylon, what a boring answer. I wanted you to give him that smoke. Like, Keenan's such a shit talker. I wanted you to go back at him.
No. No. That's the crazy part. It's definitely smoke. And I feel like he knows that. That's why he's coming out talking like that. He knows it's going to be a lot of smoke, a lot of energy in practice. I mean, when we get to that time, I think that'll be something that everybody kind of zones in to see just okay, like what's going on at Bears camp. What is Jaylon and Keenan doing? What are Jaylon and Keenan doing? It's gonna be a good matchup for sure.
What was your relationship with Chicago Bears fans? Because I think they're unhinged and they want to win and they're passionate, but they're also like very sensitive. It's a very interesting fan base. What's your relationship with them as you decide with your career, with where you're raising your daughter, your family, like you want to be there?
Yeah, honestly, I've always had mixed emotions, man, about Chicago Bear fans, but it's hard because we haven't had a winning season since I've been there. So it's like you definitely see the tough love from them. You definitely kind of see the accountability and the passion, the energy that they have. I mean, we were at a game, and I remember this was about 2-3 years ago now. They were booing Coach Nagy, and I think we were almost winning the game. I'm just like, dang, like, y'all kind of on edge a little bit. But, I mean, just when you do win, when you do bring the energy and the passion, I feel like from the players and we win, I feel like you definitely feel the love, the support. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that's missing. I feel like just Chicago sports, I feel like the Bulls haven't been that good. The Bears haven't been that good. And I feel like, honestly, I feel like Bears run Chicago. When you think of Chicago, I feel like you think of the Bears first. And I think just for us, we gotta start winning games to give the fans what they want so they can come and give us what we want, give us that energy. And then even off the field, I feel like it just opens up plenty of opportunities. I mean, guys want to go out more when we win. They want to host us. They want to show us that love that they have. I think it's just hard when we're not having success consistently. So I think that's just on us to go out there and give us that success, but also reap the benefits from it that our fan base will give us.
What is it like in that locker room where you were, and it's because some teams can get used to losing. We just lose. That's what it is. Then of course, like that's not, like you want more for yourselves. How can you guys keep going to the mat? And I as a Bears, I'm from Chicago. I know what this is like to sort of be like, this might be the year. This might be the year. Does it feel different right now?
Honestly, for me, I can't say it feels different. Cause I go into the year every year like think, okay, like hey, we got some pieces this year. Like we can make some noise. We'll look at the schedule and kind of size it up. Like man, if we can't win 10 games, that's on us. It's like nah, I don't even want to think like that right now because I've been doing that for my 4 years, going into every year. But I think for me, it's easier to go to bat when I think every year is different. My rookie year was my rookie year. Then going into my second year, then we had a whole culture reset. We bring in the coaches, new staff, and then it's one of those things that's like, okay, and what are we going to get? What are we going to do from this year? And I think even that year was just more so kind of just trying to develop the foundation of what the Matt Eberflus era was going to look like. And now this past season, picking up a lot of big-name guys, picking up DJ, picking up Tremaine, TJ. So I think just building those guys, you think, and you go into it and you think, okay, this could really be our year. Like, this could be a special year. But I feel like, for me, I've had so many letdowns trying to think, okay, it's like, now for me, it's just expanding my game, being the best player that I can be, adding the most value to the team that I can add. And then when we get into camp, just at the end of the day, we all got to push each other. We all got to do things that we haven't done before. And I think for us, we can't just keep repeating the same thing, saying the same thing. It's like, now we got to step up and we got to start putting actions to our words. So I feel like that's what I'm most looking forward to this year. And even with the whole Keenan thing, it's like that's not just for me and my own sake, but I know he's going to push me to get better. And then if I get better, the team gets better. So I think just that's what this whole camp to me should be about. Everybody picking their matchups, picking their battles, and everybody getting better and pushing each other to be better. So when we go out in the game, it's easy. Because, I mean, I don't think he's going to see a better corner than he's going to see every day in practice. And I don't think I'm going to see a better wide receiver than what I'm going to see in practice. So I think just going at each other like that, I think when we get to the game, everything will be a lot easier. And then it just turns into just execution.
We're at practice. It's camp. It's hot. I don't know if you guys have those crazy. This Bear situation is crazy for training camp. I'm closing my eyes. You're on the field. Keenan's jawing at you. Who's throwing Keenan the ball?
You trying to set me up? Who's throwing him the ball? I know right now we got Tyson Bagent for sure. I feel like he'll be the one. My guy,
so Keenan's out there with the second team.
The
Keenan's on practice squad doing his thing. What do you? Let's talk. I mean, we can't not talk about the elephant in the room being Justin Fields, beloved by the players, beloved by his teammates. You, of course, big believer, big supporter of Justin Fields. You see him get traded to the Steelers. What were your thoughts?
Honestly, for me, I feel like I've had some time to kind of digest it. I think it's one thing to be surprised that it happened and then to wait for it to happen. I think it was more so a thing where it's kind of like waiting. Because, I mean, I think the way that I see it, I feel like you truly believe in the guy. I feel like the speculations would have been shot down. And I think for me, that's when I kind of started preparing for it, when the speculation and the questions weren't kind of like shot down. I'm like, they're probably considering trading them. So, I mean, for me, I was kind of preparing myself for the worst. Okay, let's just already process Justin being traded. And then I think even just having them still that last little bit of hope, I think still was something that I held on to a little bit. But then when you actually see it come across your page, your ESPN ticker going off, it's like, damn, my dog really isn't going to be with us no more. And I think it's tough because, I mean, he came in with me and I was young my second year. He was a rookie. So kind of just seeing him grow as a person, as a player, I think for me was something that I really enjoyed. And now seeing him go to the Steelers, I think for me it'll just be another thing that I can support or continue to support him from the outside looking in, continue to wish him nothing but the best until, of course, he plays us.
Until he plays you. We'll see. I mean, he could win that job. It would be amazing to see.
That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part.
Is it a good situation? Knowing how he plays, is that a good fit for him?
I think so. I think he brings a different element that the Steelers haven't had in a long time. I think, of course, that big play-making ability that he has, I think he can definitely take that and build around that young core. I know they got some really good young wide receivers, tight ends, some good running backs. I know they can definitely do some explosive things with the weapons that they have on offense. And I think really the Steelers have needed that extra playmaker, because I feel like they've always had a good, sound, solid defense. Defense always does what it's supposed to do, and I think the offense is always kind of held them back, not really having too many explosive playmakers or guys to be able to get the playmakers the ball. And I think he can definitely go in there and do both.
Sky's the limit for him. I love a second part of the story. Like, I hope he goes and crushes it. Obviously, Mitch Trubisky had a similar thing, and it didn't work out. But him versus Russell Wilson's going to be like I'm just going to grab my popcorn and watch it happen in training camp. How would you feel if it is Caleb Williams to Chicago?
Honestly, of course, be excited. I think for me, it's one of those things where it's like you kind of hear all the comparisons, the generational talent and all that being thrown around. So I think for me, just excited on that note of it. But I think, too, at the end of the day, it's hard to compare him to Patrick Mahomes and guys like that. It's like Patrick Mahomes didn't come in right away and do what he's been doing the last few years in his rookie year. It took him some time. He sat behind Alex Smith. He went through a process. He learned with Andy Reid. He learned from Alex Smith, a veteran quarterback. So I think for me, it's one of those things where it's like, just being patient with his progress, being patient with how he comes in, the mistakes that he's going to make, and the plays that he's going to make. I mean, he's a very talented guy. I mean, he definitely do some things with his feet and his arm. He has plenty of arm talent. I feel like there's not a throw that he can't make. I think it's just one of those things that all rookie quarterbacks come in. And even rookie cornerbacks, you got to figure it out mentally. You got to be able to snap back. You got to be able to have short-term memory loss and just continue to go out there and play, keep your confidence up. And I'm excited to see how he does that. I mean, I feel like them bringing him in at number one, I think they've already kind of checked off 99% of the boxes so far, I feel like, and then just really just excited to see what he comes in and the value that he brings to the team.
Jaylon, you're going to make him better.
Oh, no doubt. I would say he'll win the spot as long as he throw the ball to the other side in practice. He'll make a lot more completion.
No, but I think not even how great you are on the field. And you're in your bag right now. You got your bag. You're set. You're good to go. I know you want more, even more for yourself. You want to stack Pro Bowls and All Pros. But you're going to make him better just the way you're talking. There's this whole element of his success, his LA. There's like this weird stuff. I don't really subscribe to it, the Hollywoody sort of stuff that's going on. But like guys like you in that locker room, you're going to set the tone a little bit, sounds like, for whatever rookie or whatever quarterback comes in there. Is Eberflus up for that? Like, is he up for? I hope so. Like handling a Caleb? I don't know him. I don't know.
I think honestly, I feel like you just humble yourself coming in the building. I feel like it's one of those things where it's like you can't, like you said, you can't bring that Hollywood stuff into the building, especially now with guys who played this game. I feel like at a high level for consecutive years in the league. It's just something that guys like myself, guys like Tremaine, TJ, I mean, just the vets now, Keenan Allen. I mean, you just adding certain guys in the locker room. I feel like we're gonna see through, and it's like, nah, that what you did in college, the Hollywood, it's like, nah, that you got to prove yourself. That stuff like that doesn't matter. But I feel like you you got to get to know him too. I think it's a fine line between trying to prove a point to him, but also getting to know him. Because I mean, at the end of the day, we want him to be the absolute best he can be. I mean, that's what we're bringing him in for, to win games. So I think truly just learning who he is as a person, learning him deeper than just all the Hollywood stuff you see, but actually trying to learn and get to know him, and then from there knowing what pushes him. If it is trash talk makes him crumble, then I mean, I feel like we got to push that button, because people in the game, they're going to push that button. So just depending on whatever it is that he needs to be pushed at, I feel like that's our job and that's our duty as his teammates, to make him better, to strengthen his weaknesses.
Church of Jaylon Johnson. I'm loving it. I'm so appreciative. This is like beautifully said, and I'm happy you're in that locker room with them. I am. I really am. Speaking of Hollywood, let's talk about the camera, right? The Jaylon cam. The Jaylon cam here, you're rocking it this season. What you're 24 years old. You're here at the Pro Bowl with the Sony Handycam camcorder from 1999. Are you an old soul or are you the next Scorsese? What is this?
A little bit of both, just kind of having fun with it. I mean, I kind of like it. It just gives you a vintage look. I think for me, that's just kind of what drove me to it. But honestly, it just started as like a joke in camp. I was like, man, let me see the camera. I'm gonna just record during when we went to Indy and we had a little joint practice. I was just recording, doing a little day in the life. And then they were like, you want to do a Pro Bowl? I'm like, yeah, let me get it. And everybody was kind of laughing and making fun. Oh, you got the old camera, but everybody wanted to be in front of it. Yeah,
you got to bring that back maybe during the season. Here's a buddy comedy, by the way, that I don't think you'd like to make, okay, if you were making a movie. Did you see this photo from last week of Coach Eberflus? Speaking of him hanging out with Matt LaFleur, did you see this?
Nah, I'm not even on social media, so nah, I wouldn't have even seen it.
Oh, you're smart.
And I know the Bears didn't post it.
I'm sorry. Is this allowed? Would you like to say something to your coach? This is him and LaFleur.
I'm with it, honestly, because, I mean, I can't say that I wouldn't hang out with a Packers player. I mean, I've kicked it with a few sometimes. I mean, I can't knock him for that. And it's not like he just posed for the picture. He was just so happy to be in the picture, but they just snapped the picture. So I'm not mad at it.
Okay, you can hang out with Packers players, but you can't pull an Eddie Jackson and bounce up there, okay? Ever. We've got you locked for 4 years.
What you mean bounce up there? He went to the Packers?
I think so, yeah. Didn't he, Haley? I think so, yeah. We can't have that. You got to stay in Chicago.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that.
I have a question for you. There? I have a question for you. Jordan Love, are we getting it right finally about him? Like when you see people's reactions, like how do you size him up? Because nobody was talking about him the first half of the season. Then they go on this playoff run. Obviously, Aaron Jones came back, but like in facing him, are you like, oh, he's that dude?
That's tough. In short answers, I'm going to say no. I feel like he's that dude. I feel like it's only a select few of those.
Oh, God.
I feel like, no. I feel like,
I'm
to
glad
me, it's
you're
like.
not on social media, Jaylon. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, no. I mean, you're saying is he that dude. To me, Patrick Mahomes is that dude. Like,
okay.
Joe Burrow is that dude. Like, I feel like it's only 2 or 3, maybe 4 guys that you just consider like that dude in the league. I feel like he's definitely very good. Like, I mean, like I've expressed all the time, I definitely feel like he's a very solid quarterback. He can make a lot of throws. He's very smart. I feel like he definitely got the experience that he needed, and now I feel like he's even more confident and more capable and just only getting better for sure. But I mean, I think for me, the way I see that phrase is that dude. I feel like it's only a select few guys that are in there, and I feel like he's trying to work his way into that, of course. But I mean, I still feel like he's really, really good. I just couldn't just put him in that dude category. I feel like for me, it's only 2 or 3 guys. Is he a dude that's above a Jared Goff or below a Jared Goff right now? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good question. Above or below Jared Goff? I'm going to say above. So he's not a dude and he's not that dude. He's just finding his way somewhere in between. Yeah, definitely definitely a really good quarterback in this league for sure. Yeah, I don't want to let you go before we talk about the amazing work that you're doing with your charity. Tell me about Kevy's Vision. It's going on, I think, in Fresno. That's where you grew up. Tell me about Kevy's Vision and this golf classic you have coming up. Got you. So now Kevy's Vision just started with my friend. He was shot and killed back in 2021. And for me, just kind of wanted to do something to keep his name alive. He was a young entrepreneur. He had a giving heart, a loving heart. He gave his clothes away to the homeless. He wanted to go to visit hospitals and give his clothes away there and just show a lot of love and support throughout the community. So I think for me, just once he passed, I think just getting with his mom, getting with the right team, everybody that loved him, just kind of putting together a vision. And I think even it's funny calling it Kevy's Vision because I found a text message some years ago and just asked him what he wanted to do with his business, where he wanted to take it. he kind of just told me everything he wanted to do as far as like community related, and it's pretty much everything that we do now. And it's the Christmas carnivals, the feeding the homeless for Thanksgiving, things like that, and just having. Now we got a scholarship in his name this year that we're looking forward to giving out at the Black graduation, but here in Fresno, California. So I mean, just everything that we're doing is things that he wanted to do and things that he talked about doing before he had the opportunity to doing it. So I think for us this year, just looking forward to getting the most support we can get at the Kevy's Golf Classic. Just I got some guys that I'm bringing out there. I don't want to say on air, but I got about 6, 7 guys. I'm trying to get a few more to come out and just support the Kevy's vision, and then just also get a lot of support so we can continue to make our Christmas carnivals bigger, continue to make our can giveaways, our Thanksgiving giveaways even bigger, give more money for the scholarships. And even for me on my end, of course, I can up what I'm doing as well, but just looking for that local support or support from everywhere to just continue to do what we've done in the community of Fresno.
You know, sometimes when you ask people about what they're doing, it's a very quick answer, and it's you hit the beats and you hit the points, and you're clearly very passionate about it, and you're very involved, and I think that's amazing. If anybody out there wants more information about the golf outing at Kevy's Vision Project, two V's, as you see down here, kevysvisionproject.org. Jaylon, I just want to say, just person to person, I think congrats on your contract. There's that's to celebrate, but your vulnerability in the past couple of weeks, your decision to be open about seeking help and therapy for an addiction that you had really transcends all of that. And it definitely touches people. It needs to be touched. And I'm just curious, like, what made you do that?
Honestly, it's funny because nobody knew that I was going to do that. Like, my family had no idea or anything. I kind of just wrote it on. I wrote it the night before. I was just on my phone, and of course, I wanted to have something I wanted to say, so I was kind of just typing on my phone. I was typing about giving God credit first, and then just like my spirit kind of told me, like, you can't really show what God has done for you if you don't tell that story. And I think for me, I would have been shortchanging God's glory if I didn't give him that credit for bringing me out of that state of mind, bringing me out of that hard position. So I think for me, it was just like, nah, like if I'm going to get up here and say, oh, all glory to God like everybody does, then you got to be vulnerable. And I think for me, it was just being able to let myself be in the dark, to let his light truly shine on me, to let him truly, or let people truly see what he's done and how he's impacted my life. And I think there's not anything that God can't do for you. You just got to let him do it. And I think for me, that was really the basis of me coming out and saying it, and kind of just typing it before. I'm just like, no, I don't know. I kind of hesitated a little bit. I'm like, man, but now at the end of the day, everybody goes through things at the end of the day. Nobody's perfect. Nobody has all the answers. Nobody has it figured out. It's like at the end of the day, it's not about me. It's about being able, like you said, being able to impact other people. And I feel like if I can help one person, if I can help 100 people, I feel like at the end of the day, that's why God had me to tell that story. So I think for me, it was about kind of getting uncomfortable a little bit, but also, I mean, it's the truth of the matter. I feel like it is what it is. And at the end of the day, it's just about giving God all his glory.
You didn't have to be. Your willingness to be open about something like that, I think, says a lot about you. And I think it's really incredible and brave. It takes a lot of courage. And amen to everything that you just
Appreciate
said.
it.
Jaylon Johnson, God is good. You're crushing it. Go crush
Every
it.
day.
Go give Jordan
All
Love,
the time.
not that dude, some trouble this season. Thank you. And give Caleb Williams some trouble, too.
That's the goal.
And, as a matter of fact, Keenan Allen.